Hello again, this is Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in my backyard, playing with things, experimenting with things. I have a little container, probably came off a spray bottle of some kind, and I'm going to throw some paint in there, and because I like gold, and I know there's some around here somewhere, there we go, got it. Two colors, in fact. I need to buy some more Arteza gold, or have them send me some if they're willing, because I really like it and I miss it. This is the lighter of the two colors. I'm not overly fond of super dark gold, but anyway, I'm just going to try and stick with colors that I love, and maybe weirdly enough, I know yellow and gold seem like a mismatch to me, but they have been coming out quite nicely. I don't know if this is going to wind up being a ring pour or a dirty pour, or what kind of pour it's going to be, but I know it's going to be a pour, oh, wrong color. I know it's going to be a pour of some kind. And I've been thinking about covering this glass circle that you see right in front of you with some white paint. I'm going to find my, oh, yeah. Usually try and put a light color next to the neons like that pink was. And like I'm going to do in a second, with my neon folk art favorite purple, which is a multi-surface paint, and I forgot to clean the tip on. And the last time I squeezed too hard I had a big issue, so I'm just going to take it out right now because I want that color in there, and grab a skewer that isn't stuck to another skewer and poke it right through the front, which is sort of working. It's sort of not, and I will be having to wipe off that. See, the paint builds up on the threads too, so you got to pull those off once in a while. And I love that color purple. I also love this, which is a color shift minty green, and now I'm full up and I can put that aside. If I want more colors, I got all the squeeze bottles in the world right here that I want so far anyway, and for me that's perfect. I wasn't going to cover the whole surface with paint, mostly because I'd like to see what happens to the back of this, but I'd also like paint to flow, so this is a real experiment for me. I find these glass things at yard sales and other kinds of stores everywhere, and the cool thing about glass is that no matter what you put on one side, you're going to see something different on the other side. I did block the hole on this side. I might want to make a clock out of this, I don't know. You know what, that just makes me want to have some of that beautiful Prussian blue and see what happens in certain areas. This is a real experiment. We're just playing. I need to play. I've been working really hard on all kinds of stuff that nobody wants to hear about. So, all part of the art business. Making art is fun, art business not so much fun. So, I've got all kinds of tools, and that is one. That's a Princeton Catalyst spatula called an art tool. I'm not sure why that needs to be the specific name of it, but I have a bunch of them. Yeah, maybe I want some beads in there. Maybe some beads want to be in there. So, let's just take this. I'm either going to ribbon pour this or I'm going to dump it. If I ribbon pour it, I can ribbon pour it into a ring. So, I just want to dump it. I'm going to ring it. Throw it everywhere and see what happens when I tip it. And it looks a lot to me like this is an idea who needs to be spread around. So I'm just going to spread it around with my spatulas, which is called swiping, basically. I've been thinking about doing just some stripes. Like I like to make stripes before I do a swipe in zigzag patterns. Looks like my plug in the middle worked fairly well. I rolled up some paper towels and then trimmed off a piece, sort of secured it with some electrical tape. One wonders what is beeping in the background. It is not my timer. So I'm very curious as to what that looks like on the back, but right now I just want to tip it. And I have a silicone baking tray below me. I think I really just love that Prussian blue with the Deco Art pouring medium in it, and I know it makes cells because of the Deco Art pouring medium in it, and I know I'm allowed to have my stuff dry thick because of the GAC 800 by Golden. I put in everything religiously. No idea what this is going to look like, but it's getting closer to something all the time. I think I need more of my color. It doesn't really matter to me anymore very much whether I'm making a dirty pour or just adding colors via the squeeze bottles. And I don't know about glass. I've never worked on glass before, so this is a whole new gig for me. And I'm just going to tip it and expect good things. And I kind of wondered if I might not mind some gaps, but I don't think that gaps are what I want. Ooh, the back is cool. I can't show you yet. You'll have to wait and see when I photograph it at some future point. So white often sells, and I'm thinking that if I add some places that I'd like to have it. Oh, that was pretty over there. I don't know that I really wanted to. And the white isn't becoming very white cell-wise. I could throw easily some chains in there, but I don't think it's necessary. This is just a fun little piece. This is just me playing. Experiments are my gig. That's what I like to do. When I find what I like to do, I think, ooh, how many other things can I do with that? So, yeah, let's torch it and see what happens to glass with acrylic paint on it. I know it won't be coming off anytime soon, but if I wanted to steal it for skins or something, I could start it with a razor blade, because I did actually have some glasses on my head. Ah, I can see what I'm doing now. Yep. So that just makes me want to have some black in there for drama's sake. I didn't get as many cells, but I also haven't torched. And this, the paint better be thick if you're going to separate it from the glass with a spatula, because when it's heavy, it will at least heal itself, and there's no guarantees about anything. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm really thrilled about the idea of having, yeah, that's not making me happy. What do I want there? Spatulas may be actually too dense when I go to drag stuff, so I should be trying a wet rag, but what I really want is some black. It's a because I can moment. And I have some gaps I can see. It's just very tempting to do what I'm doing, which is to use my finger to blend them in. I don't see why not. I really don't. I don't know who made up the rule in my head about no fingers, because fingers are fine. Yeah, I don't mind a little black for drama. That's cool. I'm good. I'm not complaining about my choice. I think we could Rain-X. Rain-X will make instant cells, and that might be really awesome. I don't think it would affect the other side either. But let's torch. I got 8 minutes left. This is very akin to a dirty pour, the way it looks. It's just sort of random. Ooh, we got some nice cells popping. It's just a fun disc. It might make somebody an awesome clock. Fingers make cool marks. I like them. not notice any spaces that are there even with my glasses on until tomorrow. I think I kind of wouldn't have minded them, but being my first try, I'm not sure. So I'm going to err on the side of caution this time. I know that doesn't sound like me, does it? So we torch to get rid of the bubbles in the paint, and the bubbles in the paint get there because I shake the paint or you mix the paint, but they form as a result, I believe, of having a pouring medium in there. I really cannot see. And I want to blow that out. Hopefully without setting anything on fire behind me. You know what? I'm just going to have a little go with my basting brush and see what happens. Because I can. And I like the marks a basting brush leaves. I do. And somehow, when the paint is a little bit set up, it doesn't seem to bother if the paint was heavy. Or maybe it's the glass. I don't know. But I'm liking most of that. I kind of wouldn't mind some, let's see if the turntable will work right now with my paint in the way. Kind of don't mind that angle either. I'm going to see what happens if I just put a little bit of that. It disappears. Okay, now we know about that. It disappears. Then I want something contrasting down there, but not a lot. It's pretty cool just as it is. I don't want to mess with it too awful much. I love those little cells. There's a zillion cells. I don't know if you can see them or not. This, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of another pouring artist who's on my Instagram feed, which can be found at the bottom of the description under the video. Her name is Brittany Zick, and she makes the most awesome, colorful stuff. She really does. So this is what it is. And that was an experiment I was waiting to try, and now I have, and I'm not unhappy with my results in any way, shape, or form. It's actually pretty gorgeous. So, assuming you can see everything, and then I'm done torching, maybe I should hit it one more time. There is a lot to be said for the beauty of accidental art. I mean, I try and make my art on purpose, but I really started wanting to combine accidental art and art on purpose by making accidental art first. So, you know, we all take baby steps in the beginning, and we got to start somewhere, so that's fine. And the only other thing I can think of that I might want to do with that spot there is see what skewers will do. Let's see what skewers will do. Not much. Not much at the moment anyway. So I'm going to take one look at this from the sideways. Wow, paint on me, paint on everything. That was a spatula going over the edge. I think I could probably fix my edge. I didn't do a lot of tipping, so I don't have a lot of paint over the edge. I have 4 minutes left to tell you that there is still a contest going on. If it is between November 5th and December 5th, 2018. If you can find my studio tour that I posted in November, there are 3 paintings up for grabs. Somebody gets to pick one if they win, and I will decide on a winner on after December 5th at midnight. That's when the cutoff time is, and I'll be announcing a winner on the 8th of December. Somehow, some way. I'll at least be contacting the winner. Wow, lost my ability to speak. And I'll be announcing somewhere else. Everywhere else. You know me. I post it everywhere. So this is cool, I guess. Other than making sure, yep, more cells are still popping, which is cool. That's the other reason, obviously, to use the torch is because there's Floetrol in there. Cells will pop. I think this is beautiful. I'm pretty stoked. I want to say thank you to all my contributors. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who makes comments. Really super appreciate the thumbs up. It makes a difference in my standing on YouTube. I have Teespring, which is a clothing line, below the YouTube video. Click on one of the posts, follow the link, go to the page, and see the very softly shown numbers under one. There's 2, 3, 4 afterwards, and there's some leggings and stuff. The very last pair is awesome. Actually, all my leggings are awesome. And I'm going to buy some just as soon as I can afford a pair. But you can help. There's also Because I Can t-shirts, front or back, with paintings on the front or back opposing. And YouTube albums under the video description at the very bottom, right where my Pinterest board link is. And Volume 1 and 2 are the YouTube artworks. And they show the prices. And you can contact me. Everything is for sale. If you want to give somebody an awesome Christmas present, I recommend my art. But then I would, wouldn't I? I've got paint in there, and I hate seeing paint left behind. Ooh, I also have, I just discovered a little glass, area of glass that's showing. I get a signature spiral, sort of. Sort of not. Okay. That's still good. I'm good. I'm going to throw that in the bucket. Throw your bucket of water into a bucket of sand or dirt, something to filter out the paint. You don't want to throw it down the pipes in your house. I have 1 minute and 24 seconds left, and I know I have more time than that. Let me think what else The recipe for my paint pouring mixture is GAC 800 by Golden. I start with 10 or 20%. I add my paint, 80 or 90%. I mix that well. Then I add the rest. Then I double the volume by adding Floetrol, and that recipe is, generally speaking, in every single video's description underneath the video. Oh, and last but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, is if you like my omelet turning spatula that spreads paint like a dream, and you've been spreading it with something else, I recommend this highly. This is an investment worth making. You'll never regret it. There are 2 sizes. Buy the bigger one. It's cheaper, and it does better for what we want it for, and it's listed on my Amazon link along with the Princeton Catalyst Art Tool spatulas. That's right under the video, and no extra cost to you, and it helps me every time you shop there. So I'm pretty pleased. I want to say thank you for coming, and I'm pretty close to 35,000 subscribers, and very happy about that. Thank you all so much. And let's see if everything is in frame. Yeah, everything's in frame. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. This is Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery with the timer going off. How's that for perfect timing? See you soon. Bye for now.